opportunity.
Yeah, hi, my name is Andrey Babushkin, and currently I work for Intel in Intel OpenVINO Toolkit project. And we use Jenkins. We use Jenkins since the inception of our project. As far as I remember, it's 2018, and the oldest Jenkins version I was able to find is 2.89 or so. So we have seen many updates. We've seen how JCask was created. We've seen UI improvements. I think we have upgrade issues only once, and I can't remember when it was last time. So this part of Jenkins is very, very great. And most of user experience issues, I think, is connected with the fact that OpenVINO is not a Java project, right? So we don't have any Java experience, and when something goes wrong with Jenkins or in Jenkins pipeline, there are huge stack traces mentioning some strange concepts, some deep inside pipeline CSP code, and that's a bit confusing. Other issues we have, like our pipelines is such big that we was forced to split them into few separate jobs, because we can't just put all stages in a single pipeline, use parallel step, and run all builds on all Linuxes, on flavors, on Windows and on Mac, and run tests. Because when you try to upload test results to Jenkins build, it puts there's no way to separate few test executions in Jenkins test report. And other issue is sometimes we need to more powerful build dependencies than just upstream downstream relationship, right? Sometimes we want to specify that this build is dependent from this build and this build, and currently we cannot do this in our multi-job pipeline, right? So basically that's all that I was thinking of for a few days after end user UX panel announcement. So I think that's all.
It's nice examples, and yeah, maybe a few quick questions before we move on. So for splitting executions and test reports, have you seen the new code coverage API plugin?
I may have seen, but I had a chance to try it.
Yeah, so yeah, why I'm asking, because it actually supports splitting reports by various factors and tags and programming languages if you want. So if the user experience today is what you would like to see, maybe it could be a good referral for an issue. I believe that JUnit plugin currently uses GitHub issues, and Tim, who is on the call, he's currently one of the maintainers of the JUnit plugin. So
yeah, but like test reports is just one example of why we need to split our jobs, our pipeline to a few jobs, right? Other thing is amount of logs we need to see, and like we've tried to put this into one big pipeline, but like just imagine you have parallel steps with Ubuntu, CentOS, Debian, and Windows and macOS, And inside each parallel stage, you need also parallelize test executions, right? And we actively use Blue Ocean for visualizations to see logs. And when you try to use parallel stages inside parallel stages, it just shows you nothing.
So
yeah.
If you use the classic UI, the JUnit report will show you reports by stage and group things by stage. So you can actually have a slightly better overview. I still don't think it's going to be great for what you want, but it might be much better than Blue Ocean for you.
No, Blue Ocean is actually better because in each of build jobs and test jobs, we split our pipeline for a few stages, like copy artifacts, unpack artifacts, run tests, write results, something like that. And if we see this in classic UI, we just see the latest stage, and in the latest stage,
I'm not talking about the stage overview or anything like that. I'm purely talking about the test result reports. As in, if you go to the build/test report, you will get kind of I'm just trying to pull up an example on my instance so I can tell you exactly, rather than just going, I think it works like this based on my memory. So if you bear with me for 2 minutes, or hopefully less than that.
While we talk about job relations, what did you expect? Something like a cyclic dependency graph, or how would you like the jobs to be executed? What's your main problem with the current triggering?
Actually, I think like I saw a GitHub Actions pipeline recently, and in GitHub Actions we can specify a stage dependency, a dependency that depends from 2 or more stages. So this stage will be executed only after all stages it depends from will be executed. So something like that. Yeah.
So basically a cyclic graph. So when you define target milestones like a make file, and you don't really care what's the order of execution of targets. So it's quite a popular topic. Personally, I think that Jenkins pipeline engine supports it in principle, but it requires significant rework of how our DCLs are implemented. So right now there is no way to actually implement it in Jenkins. You can just have parallel jobs, which, well, basically start from very beginning. Then you could probably use a join or milestones plugin to actually do some dependencies, but it would be quite complicated.
We actually have tried to use, I don't know the name of the plugin, but it has added stage like await or something like that. But it seems there was some bug in this plugin, and we have received some deadlocks in our pipeline, so we stopped using that. But actually, we use Jenkins not only for continuous integration purposes. We run many tests in our nightly and weekly validation cycles, and our weekly cycle is about 3,000 Jenkins builds, and it's quite a lot.
Yeah, no, the classic test results are exactly the same as the Blue Ocean test results, in that it only shows you grouping if a test has failed. So you get the full stage name. So apologies about saying it was better than Blue Ocean. It's exactly
okay, no
the
problem.
same.